Well, it was nice to see some teams got to play this week. Shocking outcomes, I would say, for some of these games. First off, I'll just start off with the big one, I think, which was a head turn for everybody. The Invictus game versus the Lonely Decepticons. I'm assuming there was rust in this game. I'm assuming Invictus came in there like, oh, we'll just get in and out. Let's get this 95-degree heat playing at 3 o'clock at Quailbrook. I'm not really sure what happened here, but the score, I'm assuming, doesn't tell a whole lot until we see some more, before we see some more stats come up. But Invictus sweeps, which is the most important part. I mean, a win's a win, doesn't matter how, by how many. To quote Vin Diesel, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile in a street race. You know, doesn't matter if you win by a run or 60 runs. So Invictus sweeps 10-6 and 14-8. A more important stat in this book is Travis. Give a quick shout out. Hope that hammy, gets better soon. Don't push it. Don't go crazy. Hope everything works out with that. But just a really shocking score in that game. I guess we'll go to the next shocking outcome, which is the Legends, who were trying to make a name for themselves. Yes, they played against weaker teams. Yes, there were 500. This would have been this game like more of a statement game for them, which actually turned out to be more of a statement game for Wolfpack, who was 0 for 10, haven't won a game yet. Comes out, shocks them in a 13-11 win, getting their first win for the season. Congratulations. But moreover, really kind of puts the Legends in a giant question mark now. I mean, ultimately, it is a game that you had to win. For seeding-wise, I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt you too much, but it's more of a street credit thing. But again, street credit doesn't really mean anything, besides on the forum, basically. Legends win the second game 16-1, which is, I think, a score more people were looking to see in the first game also. And then to the Channel 4 and No Side game. Channel 4 puts up 2 blackjacks, shutting them out in the second game 21-0. And the first game, which I heard No Side jumped out to like an 8-0 lead in the first inning, and then led up the next 21 runs. Or technically, I guess, led up the next 42 runs in the game, or in the weekend. Rafiq was there watching the game, keeping me updated, literally almost play for play. I heard Chile had some rough time on the mound. A lot of walks, I heard. I heard a lot of poor defense on No Side, which can only leave, everyone else guessing what's going on with No Side. How long is this going to last? The inconsistency. Last year was not getting enough players. This year you have players, but you're not really beating any teams that you need to beat. I think you're going to find yourselves back in the wild card again, fighting for that position. Again, I said it before, a lot of question marks. There's a lot of talent on the team. Moody, you have Ray, you have Shilly pitching. You got new guys that when I watched the Gentlemen's Club game, killing the ball. And now it just seems like I heard Moody was yelling at his teammates. I heard, Ray's getting a little frustrated. Shilly's not pitching that well. So who on the team is going to be the leader and step up and stop all this? And, you got to start playing some ball because you guys have a hard schedule coming out. And if you guys want to try to get out of that 7th, try to get out of the 8th seed and get into the 7th seed and avoid the wild card again, someone on this team has to step it up. So I'd like to see who's going to step it up. And who do you guys got next week? And you got Wolfpack. So again, a game where you think you should win. But we'll see what happens. Now the Wolfpack's got a little momentum, little swagger. We'll see what happens. But all in all, I think a great weekend. Unfortunately, I couldn't be out there to see any of the games, but on paper, it looked like a great weekend. Again, upsets and disappointment games and closer games than they should have been. So that's what softball's all about, especially after a long layoff. So glad people got their games in. Hope to see everybody later on. Enjoy.